Hey, what's up, Atlanta? This is your man Terrance Hutchinson. I'm here in the studio right now with Up, Aloud, and Loudly. Stay tuned.
Okay, it's your boy June Dreyfus. We're here Up, Aloud, Loudly. Let me ask you a question. So, what would it take for you to change your life? How far would your body have to fall before you decide to do something about it? I'm here with a man that did something about it. He survived the fall. Terrance, what's going on, brother?
What's going on?
Oh,
Mr. Shepherd?
man, how are you, bro?
I'm great, man. Happy to be with you guys.
Oh, man, you just don't understand. All right, so for everybody who don't know who you are, man, who is Terrance Hutchinson? Look at that, the cover. Where the cover at? Where the cover at? Where the cover at? So who's this guy?
Well, Terrance Hutchinson is a certified fitness and nutrition specialist, a certified corporate wellness coach. I am a personal chef over 25 years. I'm a motivational speaker, author, model sometimes, but my primary goal is to really help individuals streamline their health, get back to the basics of maintaining their health. It's a big deal to me. It's a huge passion of mine.
Right.
So I'm finding a lot of gratification with that.
So we gotta get in depth because you know what I'm saying. This is, I mean, we actually been kicking it for a little bit,
Right.
And the questions just keep.
I know, right?
So all right. So let's go back from the beginning. Okay, you're from Charleston,
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Please, you know what I'm saying? All right, from going to Charleston, and what was your journey like? That's what I want to know.
Growing up in Charleston, South Carolina was it was cool.
Okay.
You know, a lot of rich history in Charleston with the slave trade, you know, African American communities, close-knit families. Everybody was real. It was simple times back then when I was coming up.
Oh, okay.
But it got to a point for me that, you know, it was time for me to leave.
Oh, okay.
So I left and I moved upstate New York. And that's when everything opened up for me.
Upstate. So
Upstate, yeah.
where upstate? I'm from Syracuse. So where's
Rochester, New York.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where everything transformed for me. I live with my father, rest his soul, and he taught me a lot. He showed me a lot about life.
Right.
He introduced me to a lot of international cultures and ethnic groups. And from there, I learned different cuisines, different cultures, different religion,
Right.
backgrounds, foods. You know.
So it had to be a big shot from
Yeah, it was a
the
huge
south
shot.
to the north.
Coming from Charleston, South Carolina, at 18 years old, moving way up there is like a foreign land to me.
Right.
So you get there and you be like, whoa.
I can imagine,
And then I got to his house. I'm like, he had a Filipino staying with his girlfriend.
Right.
I'm scratching my head like
what is this?
yeah, what's going on? You know, it was all new to
A
me.
new version of white people.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but you know, he was a Narcotics Anonymous counselor as well as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And he also was a welder for Kodak. So in his Narcotics Anonymous quest to help people get off the drugs and whatnot like that opened the world up to me for meeting different
cultures.
people, different cultures. And I sat down and I talked and I learned about, you know, Buddha and Jahai and all, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, yeah, just get a good
Yeah,
diverse.
I'm like, what? You know, it's crazy because I grew up knowing, you know, Christianity and
Right,
Baptist stuff like. I didn't know anything else. I'm trying different foods and I'm around Jewish individuals. I'm soaking it all in.
Right,
you know?
right.
So that's.
So you weren't into fitness in the beginning? Like you didn't start? Were you? Or it's a better question. Were you always into fitness?
Yeah, I was very athletic as a kid.
Oh, okay.
I played sports all coming up to my teenage years. But when I turned 15, I got interested in girls, you know.
True.
And I was thinking like, man, I'm trying to look cute for the girls.
Right.
I'm not trying to play no ball.
Right.
You know, and even through high school or, you know, everybody said, you going to play ball, basketball, I was like, nah, I'm going to be in the stands because that's where the women at. You know, not knowing that I could play ball. But I was very athletic. I always wanted to hoop or play football, baseball, tennis. So I stayed fit.
Right.
I worked out at the local gym.
Mm-hmm.
I took karate a couple of times,
Okay.
and I got bored with that.
True.
And, so yeah, but I stayed in shape.
Okay.
I made sure that like I do something every day.
So in your story, you got diabetes. Now,
Yeah.
how was that? How did you get there?
Diabetes hit me in 2010. I tell you, when I left New York,
Mm-hmm.
I left from a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to a point where you build so much,
Right.
and then divorce just like strips it away.
Right.
And then I found myself wanting to get away from it all. I moved here with my mother. Now imagine, I'm 39 years old at the time.
All right.
I just lost everything, right?
Uh-huh.
Pretty much. And now I'm staying at my mother's house.
Whoa.
So
That's it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh my God. So now here comes the drinking,
Right.
the smoking,
The depression.
the depression. I didn't want to come out the room too much. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I lost a lot, and that hit me because I worked so hard at a young age to achieve all those things. But I had to get back. So I started hanging out here. I started going to every spot, doing my thing. I'm fresh in Atlanta, but at the end of the day, I still deal with depression, and it caught up with me. The alcohol, the drinking, the bad food choices, all that.
So, and when you say bad food choices, there's a history about you and food.
Right.
Like, so that, please, you are a chef?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a very good question, because you think that being a chef, you
Right.
understand,
The dietary,
yeah. But when the mind is corrupt,
Right.
or things are taken away from you, it's easy to spiral down into a lifestyle that you're trying to cope with the pain.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what your profession is or what type of industry you're working in. And when that happens, the spirit gets low, morale gets low, and then you start to numb yourself with the weed and the alcohol and
You just go down a
women.
bad road.
Yeah. So after a while, well, for me, my body was like, look. Shut me down. My body actually went into survival mode to save us. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that the body naturally would do that. Like when illness and sickness come up, it's actually, working to save you.
Right.
Your immune system and everything like that. So, I caught type 2 diabetes, and that's a lifestyle diabetes. That's a lifestyle disease.
Wow.
So my lifestyle was spiraling out of control. So that's how I got where I'm at.
What for people that are at that level, like for you, what did it take to turn yourself around? Because this is clearly a big turnaround.
Yeah, it's a 360 degree. Lying in the back of the ambulance on that ride going to the hospital, and then you have the paramedics, they touching your skin, and and I'm looking up, and I saw myself standing over myself. I'm looking down at me, and I was like, look what you done did. I'm having a conversation where I'm looking at myself, and then I'm in the emergency room, then I'm in ICU like 2 hours later, and they're poking me every three hours or whatever. And I was sick of needles as a kid, so I didn't know I didn't want no needles. So they say, oh, for the rest of your life, you're going to have to inject yourself with insulin. You have to watch what you eat, all these different things. And I knew then I had to make a change, because I didn't want to do that.
Man, and a change you did.
Yeah, a huge change. It was a major change. Once you figure out what your whys are, and you want it bad enough, you're going to make that change.
True.
You're going to make that change. It's either pop the pills, inject yourself with the insulin, or find something to just reverse it. And I think what happens is that when you're stricken with certain diseases, they're lifestyle diseases, you can naturally turn things back around to your favor. But I think most hospitals or some doctors, they will say, they teach you how to maintain it.
Right.
They don't teach you how to
Get rid of
eradicate
it.
it.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, my doctor was more like, try this and do that. And then she worked closely with me. I had some great dietitians that worked closely with me. and I was able to research a lot of things. I didn't take everything face value of what the hospitals was telling me, because they're trying to keep you locked in.
True.
To the medicine.
That's true.
And to the office visits, and to the co-payments, and to the
everything in deal with insurance.
Yeah, everything, you know. And it's like, if you don't have the right insurance, they they can prescribe you like for me. They have me on Lantus, which is like 5 pens that's you can adjust with the medicine.
Wow.
And it's like 5 pens at $160 for 5, and my insurance did not cover that.
Oh.
And I was like, that exactly. I was like, what am I going to do?
Right.
You know, and the only thing I had to do was get, research, study, get right.
On this health kick that you're doing, you know what I'm saying? What really separates you from every other person? Because, you're in a field that there's a lot of people in that field. So what separates you from them? Well, it's finding out. You already know that you're in an oversaturated market. Right.
That here in this city, Atlanta, anything that you do is oversaturated.
Right.
So what you have to do is figure out who's doing what, and then try to do something different. It's not about reinventing the wheel, because a lot of fitness individuals out here, it's the same principles and guidelines. It's just like being a Baptist preacher. It's the same word. It's all about who's delivering it. Right. Mm-hmm. So for me, I didn't want it to be the run-of-the-mill, the more traditional, come on. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to give people information to deal with wellness and different points, like spiritually, emotionally, environmentally, more than just the physical. Right. So when people found that I was doing that, clients come into the studio, we'll talk more about, how it was work today. You know what I'm saying? Because I work with great executives in different corporation firms.
Different calibers, right?
Yeah, they'll text me like, oh, I'm about to strangle somebody. And so that's a stress indicator. Right. So in my profession, if you're telling me something about that, most likely you're going to go to the vending machine to try to get something to hold.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're
off.
You're off. Your stress levels are so high, and then a lot of times when your stress levels are high, it activates the fat cells in the body. It causes you to be irritable and all that stuff like that. So when you come to the gym, you're not really as focused. So I said, I saw something in that, and I was like, I can do. And I educated myself on that, and I perfected a lot of things where I can help individuals. Right, on that level. To maintain their stress, stretch at work, drink their water, on a lunch break, go for a walk, all these different things. And I'm like, wow, there's a market for that. And when I started educating myself on that market is saturated too. I know, right? Exactly. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Right. But however, it's very, very much needed. Like, going to the gym is one thing, but really focusing on the psychological aspect of a client and making them understand what's going on with them, whether it's personal or professional. Because a lot of times, let's say, if you are a single parent, you got 2 kids, you got to get them off to school, and you're a student yourself. You got homework, you got deadlines, you got a demanding job. It's a lot. It's a lot, and you're not meal prepping because you don't have the time, or at least you think you don't have the time, and then you're going into McDonald's. My job is to curve you from that. So when it comes to all that, you know what I'm saying, what's your direction? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's I know, right? 5 years. Thing. I mean, in 5 years, man, it's like I really want to be a well-known expert in what I do. Right. In 5 years, I'm thinking in 5 years I'll be 55. Oh man. So how cool would it be to be in shape at 55? Really educating people on how to be in shape themselves and eat right and all that stuff like that. It's a story, it's a package, it's an image. Right. And I visualize it and I dream it. It's like, okay, you have a story, you went from this to this. Yeah. Now you're 55 and you
It's
work
another
with,
story.
It's a whole story.
Yeah, it's true.
And, you know, you're working with doctors and physical
Yeah.
therapists. You know, they come to me. You know, and that's really good. And for me, if I can travel and just do that,
That's what you want to be.
yeah, that's
Get the call in Paris.
yeah, get the car. And, you know, that would be dope. And you know, for the most part of it, once again, you know, you have to filter through and shift through a lot of this stuff because it's not going to be easy. This is not an easy thing to do.
Now, all right, so I got 2 more questions for you, Dan. This is awesome. Listen, I really appreciate this.
Man.
The question would be, A, how can everybody contact you, man? How can they get to be a part of this, man? 'Cause this is dope. This is really
you know,
dope. Chef.
everybody can contact me at all social media outlets. What is Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or my website is bestlifestylefitnessandnutrition.com. Or you can email me at terrance@bestlifestylenutrition.com. You know, we're everywhere. Just reach out, man. My number is 443-122-2748. So, you know, just reach out and just give me a call or hit me up and we there.
And the last and final question, man, what would you tell yourself if you ran into yourself 25 years ago? What would you say to yourself?
You know, I would definitely tell myself, that's a loaded question, you know that, right? You know what? I would definitely tell myself, be in control of your emotional intelligence. Because what happened to me, I was spiraling out of control, not logically, but emotionally. And I think EQ, emotional intelligence, is a lot of times where we fall short. And understanding what's going on in your environment, whether it's personally or professionally, you'll be able to succeed the way you need to succeed. Mm-hmm. And you know, I'm not saying not to feel anything,
right,
but you have to really strategically pay attention to what's going on with you, because a lot of people, they are emotionally some type of way. Mm-hmm. So what they're doing is they're drinking, they're smoking, or they're using food as a coping device. You know, that knife and fork is a tool to dig a grave. So I would tell myself, pay attention, understand what's going on, because I didn't know. I would just like,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever, you know. But emotionally, psychologically, I would tell myself, you know, to pay attention, be aware,
right, understand
what's going on with you,
right,
and because this is going to really
affect you
in the long run. Yeah, so that would definitely be my answer.
Yo, I appreciate you. Hey, man, he got a
man.
book on Amazon. Go check that out, man. See, this dude is everywhere. He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Terrance Hutchinson, man. He's on Bold, Ageless Beauty, man. Yo, big shout out to them. I appreciate y'all, man. This is June J. This is Up Aloud and Loudly. This is the only spot you get the quality questions. You come here, you get a great interview, man. Quality questions. Appreciate you,
man,
bro.
Thank you so much. I
man.
appreciate it. Thanks for coming to the studio, man.
Yeah.
You know, got a little something.
We might punch it back. I don't know. But that's dope, man.
That's cool, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming through, man. I had a great time. You have the questions that made me think, though. You asked that question, I was like, what? Did he asked me that?
Yeah.
Oh. But it feels good because I'm able to release.
Express, yeah.
You know, because really, like I told you before, you know, only one person ever asked me how did I get from here to there. Mm-hmm. As a culinary professional,
right.
I should know. But when the mind and the heart is at war with one another,
yeah, can't really.
Yeah, you can't cope. You can't. I didn't know how to cope.
Right.
And because of me being not aware of how to cope, I almost drowned in my own mess.
Hey, man, but that's why it takes heart, will, and then a good team, bro.
Yeah,
it really does, bro.
Definitely.
Whoa, this is an amazing story, bro. It's an amazing story. I know a lot of people are gonna be affected by it. Got to.
Yeah, definitely. That's why we want to do it.
Right. There's a person laid up right now, like, God damn.
Yeah. I mean, I know we run out of time, but if you go to one of these hospitals right now, ICU, whatever, there's a lot of people that in hospital beds now with diabetes complications or complications from stroke, heart disease, obesity, and these things are really real.
Right.
But because we are out here moving around freely, we don't understand it.
Because we don't see it. It's not in front of our face.
But if you go there, if you got a family member or whatnot like that, a friend, you're going to see him.
Right.
You can smell death.